This week with the Morning Q crew.
The Federal Reserve Bank of New York released data on the most lucrative areas of study for college graduates. And not surprisingly, the best way to make bank is not the NBA, it's engineering. So here are the top 16 along with their median salaries out of college. Number 15, a tie between construction services and pharmacy at $64,000 out of college. A four-way tie between civil engineering, economics, business analytics, and mathematics, all at $65,000. Finance, $66,000.
That's what my cousin's going for. He's going to be like a CPA.
He's going to have way more money than us. A tie between general engineering and miscellaneous engineering, $68,000. Mechanical engineering, $70,000. Industrial engineering, $71,000. Electrical engineering, and then aerospace engineering. So, we got a break. Computer science, $78,000. And then we go right back into engineering, chemical engineering, and computer engineering at number 1. On the flip side, the fields with the lowest wages right out of college includes theology and religion, performing arts, liberal arts, leisure and hospitality,
Wait,
treatment.
those are the least?
These are the least. Treatment therapy, social services, psychology, nutrition, history, fine arts, elementary education, secondary education, anthropology, philosophy, and criminal justice. Luckily, I don't see us on that list.
Oh,
so
don't worry. We're there.
It could be worse.
We're there. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're on that one. Don't worry. Just way down there. You probably just
Somebody just
over
took
it.
white out and they took it. They took it off the list.
Crazy criminal.
A 27-year-old woman in California named Florence Miller was arrested last Thursday and accused from stealing from the same TJ Maxx location up to 30 times over the span of about 9 months. The value of the stolen merchandise was around $6,000, and it included stuff like handbags and jeans. Each individual theft was for less than $950. And in most cases, the anti-theft wire locks were cut to remove the merch. Florence is facing 30 misdemeanor theft charges, although more charges could be added if additional thefts are discovered. And this wasn't her first time. During those 9 months, she was on probation for theft. It's unclear if that case also involved TJ Maxx or it was something else. This is ridiculous. If you're going to be a criminal, I'm not here to give professional criminal tips, but you'd think maybe I shouldn't steal from the same place 30 times.
I'm surprised that's who you went with for today's crazy criminal, because I could think of someone who would be perfect for the crazy criminal today.
Well, let's hear it. Who would
He's
that be?
from Pennsylvania.
Who is
and he
this?
tried to murder a former president.
Oh, I'm just now hearing about that. What exactly happened
He
there?
tried to shoot him, but he missed. He just got the ear, and then the Secret Service shot him in the face, and he's dead.
I'll tell you what, something that is for real, and I think it's not really funny, but it's a little funny. The news entities are now reporting that he didn't even make his high school shooting team, and the reason why was because he was a bad shot.
That could
And
be
lo
the
and
motive.
behold, again, he was a bad shot.
That could be his motive. They're trying to find his motive, right? Maybe he still was upset and jaded that they wouldn't let him on. So
And
he's like,
he
I'm
thought,
going to
I'm going to prove
make it.
And then he still didn't prove it.
All right, someone just asked the internet, when someone knocks on the bathroom door while you're using it, what do you say? And it's kind of interesting because all of the responses are awkward, if you think about it. The most popular answer was shouting, "Someone's in here!"
That's my go-to.
Yes, in the third person. I typically do that, but I don't shout it. Like, I just kind of say it in a high-pitched, awkward voice, like I just got caught with my pants down.
Someone's in here.
Yeah, someone's in here. Because you're not expecting it, and you're already kind of on edge, right? And you're like, someone's in here.
It might finish your job if you're walked in.
You ever peed, like you're peeing, and then someone like knocked on the door or moved it, and you're like, oh. You
No.
like jumping? Like, oh.
No, I'm not
Piss on the
pee shy,
toilet or
man.
something?
I'm not pee shy.
Occupied is what some people say. Occupied. I'm almost done. I'll be out in a minute, or just a minute. That's a typical one too, for sure.
I'm not making promises to anybody. I've got work to do.
You do take a long time, so it's probably best you don't give an estimate for how long.
No, I just let them know, hey, I'm in here.
And that's the next one. I'm in here. Yeah. One person says this usually gets the point across, like, hey, I'm inside. Find another toilet, you know? Someone know that in Japan, you're apparently supposed to knock back, which is so Japanese.
That's so stupid.
Someone else said, I understand the silent courtesy of their culture, but this creeps me out. So if someone knocks, then you're supposed to say, hey, I'm in here.
But not in English. They'd probably say something.
Yeah. You probably don't even have to speak. You just knock and it's understood. It actually makes the whole thing less awkward, if you ask me.
Nah, I don't know, man.
A lot of people said they say nothing. Assuming the door's locked, they're like, you know what? You'll figure it out. You can't come in. That's it.
If the door's locked, I feel like you've got to be able to use your brain a little bit there and
Someone's in there.
and go,
Yeah.
oh, somebody's probably in there.
Other people say, come back with a warrant.
That's stupid.
I'm with the client.
I'm with the client.
I'm with the client. Just finishing up some paperwork. What's the password? Who is it? And someone said they don't say anything. They just scream, ah! Just to mess with them. Those are some good responses. Like, if you really want to just mess with people, I mean.
I can tell you're getting a kick out of those.
We got more Goosecast fun and laughs coming up. It's Q93.
Whenever you text me, you tend to use quite a few emojis. You do.
I use a lot of emojis, especially the laughing emoji. I probably overuse the laughing emoji. Like, I just feel like I need to add that I'm joking, I'm laughing, because I don't want people to assume I'm being too serious, but I probably could lay off the laughing emoji, to be honest.
And you're not alone in that, Josh. According to a new survey, 41% of people believe every text message needs to include an emoji to be complete, or the text feels naked. It's more common among younger adults. 70% of Gen Zers say you need an emoji, compared to 46% of Gen Xers. But words are important too. 38% of people say texting just a single emoji is a conversation killer. Josh, you do that quite frequently.
I do that, but sometimes I'll follow it up right away with something else. But if it's really funny, something you said, I'll send like a bunch of laughing emojis, and then I'll follow up with another message. But a lot of times I do just send an emoji, and I kind of kill the conversation. Sometimes, though, maybe I want to kill the conversation. Maybe it's just I don't find it that funny. Ha ha ha, leave me alone. You know? So
while adding an emoji to every text may seem over the top, 58% of Americans believe emojis do improve how we communicate digitally. I do think, kind of like AI, it is a resource that we can utilize effectively. But I'll tell you this, I'm not a big texter. I've had this conversation with you, and I've had it with my friends before. I'm more of the type of guy where I'll pick up the phone, I'll call you, and I'm not going to sit there and just chat for 45 minutes. I'm going to call you, say what I need to say, and it'll be short, quick, simple. And so maybe that's why I have lapses in communication with my people, because they're not people that like to talk on the phone. But I'm not an efficient texter
you
at all.
don't text a lot. You write one little sentence, and then you say you like a phone call, but the times I've called you, you don't seem like you want to talk very
well, because you always call me about stupid stuff.
That is not true.
Yes, it is, Josh.
You're lucky
you
you
know
don't
it
have
is.
my cousin. When he calls, you're at least going to be on the phone with him an hour. At the minimum,
I wouldn't be on the phone with your cousin for an hour because I would hang up.
Somebody asked Reddit for insider hacks that customers aren't supposed to know about. And we'll see if some of these work. You can try them out, maybe. All right, so if you offer to pay your therapist in cash, they might cut you a deal. They might give you some credit, a discount.
I wonder why.
If you're mailing something to an address that's not far away, always choose the cheapest shipping option. Paying more probably won't get it there any faster. How about that? You saw stamps is going up again in price. It's like 70-something cents now.
You can never win.
Don't use big websites to buy flowers. It's cheaper if you buy from a local florist, or tell them what you want. Show them a picture from a site if you need to. I always love to go to Walmart because I find they're cheap, but they last forever.
They do last forever. They last a very long time.
One Mother's Day, I went get some from my mom, and I swear she had those flowers like a month. They would just sit there. They would never die. I was like, yeah, I love these flowers, man. Also, want a bigger scholarship? Just ask. A high school teacher said several students got between $10,000 and $20,000 more this year by writing the school before committing, claiming another school was offering more money. So, negotiating tactic.
I wish I knew that a couple years ago.
It's a negotiating tactic, man. Get a car loan before you buy. Almost always get a better rate if you go directly through a financing company. Not enough people buy refurbished products like computers. They're essentially new. And they come with a warranty, so you might as well save some money there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I say, $1 saved is $1 earned.
And this one's definitely the darkest on the list. You can rent a nice casket for a funeral, then bury the person in a cheaper one.
That's a good one.
Also, they say, if you're on the phone with customer service and you want to talk to a real person, you know how they always have all those automated systems?
Yeah, and I hate that.
Well, they say to drop the F word. And apparently, rumor has it, they're going to be offended.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, I've never cussed like that, but I have done customer service. And sometimes it works. Sometimes they send me to a human being. I'm like, yes. Other times they just keep repeating themselves like, but first I need to know what you need. And I'm like,
it's
no!
always so much easier with a real person. Every time.
Especially if they are like, you can understand what they're saying. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone knows someone who likes to boast about how much they know, right? Which is usually an indication that they don't know a whole lot of anything, right? But there's a list online of some subtle signs that someone is very, very intelligent. So
let's go through
someone
them.
who's smart's not going to tell you about it. They're just going to give you some subtle signs to show you how they are geniuses. So when they can admit a mistake and they know they don't know everything, that is someone who is intelligent. Because you never know everything. You will die still learning things, right?
Absolutely.
When they're very good at problem solving, they always approach the problem from the right angle, even if it's something they have no experience with. They just have a knack for it. They might be a little intelligent. Also, when being taught to do something new, they care just as much about why it should be done a certain way as they do about what needs to be done. Okay? Intelligent. When they feel challenged by new things, they're not threatened. They take on the challenge. They embrace the challenge. Because you know why, Brandon?
Why?
Because they're intelligent. That's why. When they can understand someone's opposing
Wait,
view.
why'd you skip over that one?
What?
You skipped over the one that says they don't say intelligent.
Shut up, Brandon. I didn't get there yet. Where they can understand someone's opposing view without having to argue or agree or get angry with it. When they can hold two opposing ideas in their head at the same time. Basically, they understand the nuances of something enough to be able to debate either side of it. That's why when you take debate class, they make you pick a side of an argument that maybe that's not your particular side that you agree with. That way you become, well-versed in arguments and taking sides and finding, points that back up your point of view.
I'm glad you explained that for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's because you know why? I'm intelligent. Also, when they ask a lot of questions, they aren't worried about being perceived as stupid for asking. Look at me. I mean, I will ask you a question. I don't care if you think I'm stupid. If I don't know something, I need to know. How else are you going to figure it out? Right? There's no such thing as a stupid question. At least that's what my teacher used to say, Brandon. Because I'm intelligent, and so was she. That's why she was a teacher. All right, when they get
Your teacher in Turkey Creek,
when they can adapt
Evangeline Parish.
when they can adapt their communication style, vocabulary, tone, content to fit the situation and the people that they're talking to. Know your audience. If you're talking to a bunch of dummies, don't come up here talking like you graduated from Harvard. You know what I'm saying? You got to tone it down. Or if you're talking to a bunch of people who's graduating Harvard, pick your vocabulary up, right? That makes you look intelligent. When they're observant and listen more than they talk, you look intelligent. When you listen more than you talk. And then when you have a giant head.
Just looking at this list,
You
Josh.
look intelligent because your head's so dang big.
You know me pretty well, and I know you like to tease me and say that I'm just a know-it-all. But considering those things that you just walked through, sit there and think about how many of those I play into. Definitely the giant head thing. That I have for sure.
You got a big
I
head.
got a fat head, dude.
Many airlines have apps that track your baggage so you can know when they have goofed, but it's unclear how this would show up. A man was settling into his seats as his plane was getting ready to take off, Brandon, from an airport in Spain when he looked out the window, just casually, just checking out the views, and he saw that his luggage was just sitting alone on the tarmac. Not on the plane he was riding, but just sitting out there outside in the conditions. He snapped a photo, said, "About to take off, I looked out, and I see two suitcases lying on the runway. I tell my aunt, look, they dropped two suitcases." And she said, "They look like ours."
I'm glad they provided you a translated version because this is originally a post from a Spanish man, and
Yes.
it was definitely not in English. And I would have paid so much money to have heard you try and read. Can you scroll down and
Shout
just
out to our producers for getting me the translated version.
But do me a solid, just because I want to hear what it sounds like. Scroll down a little bit, and the tweet that isn't the quote tweet, but what he had quoted, the first one.
Bojaz.
No, that's French. Try and
Punto
think.
de despaguel, miro por la ventana, y vio dos metas.
Time out.
Tirads en la pista.
Time out.
La Diego Amitania. Maria, ses la han quiero dos metales. YL.
Why? Hold on. Time out.
I probably said like some bad words.
No, time out, dude. Time out. Why'd you read it in a French accent?
Because I'm more French, man.
I know, but try and give it a little bit of a
Look
Spanish.
how white I am. Do I look Spanish to you?
Dude, have you ever seen a Spaniard before? Those are some white people too, man.
Anyway, it was frustrating, but the airline did later on deliver the bags to the destination. The guy added that against all odds, the cheese is fine. So how about that? He had some cheese in there. 5-pound block of cheese.
Since I know this guy is
Bacon out
like
there.
from Spain, every time in my head I read the tweet in Spanish, all I can hear is the theta. They have like a lisp.
Pitepa.
It's bereja.
Bahatha.
No, bereja.
They left my bahatha in the
Dude,
in the
why are you
street.
getting Italian now?
I don't know.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Morning Q Crew podcast. Wake up with the Morning Q Crew weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. on Q93, Alexandria's #1 hit music station. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the best moments from the show each week.